My name is Arnold, and I'm here to help you. Okay, what we're going to do is show everyone how to use the gym equipment the right way and not the wrong way. This is called a leg press. Hector here is going to show us how to do a leg press, training our hamstrings. The plate on the machine is curved. It's done that way for a reason. You put your feet on the top, you're focused more on your hamstrings and glutes. Put it on the bottom, it's more focused on your quads, but it will put a lot of pressure on your knee. So Hector, would you please put your feet at the top. Now, before Hector starts, as I tell everyone, as Hector pushes the weight away from him, he will be breathing out. Go ahead and push to the top, Hector. Unrack it. Now on the way down, Hector will breathe in, keeping weight in his heels, his head against the pad, and pushing through the weight. You'll always want to do a weight that you can do about 15 of these on the first set. And rack it. Now, you hit the quads. To focus more on the quads, we're going to put our feet on the lower part of the machine. This time we're going to put all the weight in the balls of our feet as opposed to our heels. This will put a lot of strain on the knees and the quads. So if you have bad knees, don't do this. Okay, Hector on 3. 1, 2, 3. Hector's taking a deep breath as he lowers the weight. Breathing out as he pushes away. One more, Hector. And rack it. Now, one more way to intensify the quads is to push off on your toes. Go up on your toes, Hector. If you keep the weight on your toes, it doubles the amount of stress that is on your quad, but also on your knee. And rack it. Hector, would you get up, please? The way we don't do this this. That does nothing but cause injury, muscle tears, pulled ligaments, or even broken bones. Now we will go to the leg curl and the leg extension. Okay, Hector's going to do leg extensions. This machine really should only be used for leg extensions. I've seen people try to do chest presses, squats, everything else on this. This is how you use the machine properly. First, you make sure the seat is adjusted to where you're not leaning back. You grab the handles, you take a deep breath, and you extend your legs straight out. Do so, Hector. We'll do 3 of those. You'll notice Hector's feet are pointing straight ahead. Stop, Hector. Now turn your toes together. Lift. With him turning his toes like that, it'll focus more on the outer part of the quad, which is known as the vastus lateral. And rest, Hector. This is the leg curl machine. This will work the hamstrings and glutes. The way this machine is built, with some machines at other gyms have a pad that go across the top of the knees. It helps hold you into the machine. This machine here, you probably need to pull up on the handles to help keep you positioned in the machine. These 2 bars will be wedged by your leg, one against your knee, the other one behind your ankle. And to use this machine, you'll simply curl your legs up underneath your body. On 3, Hector. 1, 2, and 3. And as Hector is extending the weight out, he's breathing in and breathing out on the curl. The curl is the working part of the exercise. You will always breathe out as you're doing the working part of any exercise. You're ready. Okay, this is called lat row. This will work your lats, your back. And Hector's doing this completely wrong, but he knows that. This is usually what you see in the gym. So please stop, Hector, and get in the proper form. Hector has now got his chest up, his chin's up, and his back is straight, a little bit of an arch to it. The only movement in this is the arms, so pulling back with your lats. So Hector, show me a good rep. He'll take a deep breath. As he pulls the weight, he's blowing out. As he lowers the weight, he's breathing in. No rocking, and no leaning forward. This is a lat pull down. You can use different handholds on this. You can use the close grip, which is on the lat row, or you can use the bar. We're doing an overhand grip, and this is going to work the width of your lats. Before Hector starts, he's going to take a deep breath. He's going to look up at the pulley. If you look up at the pulley, it will help keep your chest up and it'll help keep your form good. On 3, Hector. 1, 2, and 3. Breathing out as he pulls the weight down. And again, on the first set, we want to do about 12 to 15 reps, blood into the muscle so we have no tears. So we want to use a light weight for that. And another way to use this machine, Hector's now going to stand up and get an underhand grip. Hector's still looking up at the table. He's going to take a deep breath and blow out as he pulls down. All the way down, Hector. Correct. Your elbow should come directly beside your body at the end of the repetition. And rest. A lot of times people lean back on this machine, and that does serve a purpose. But all the exercises must be controlled. You'll see some people in the gym, like I showed on the leg press, just bouncing through them. They're doing nothing but trying to injure themselves. Or you'll see people do this. This is not correct either. This is a lat exercise, so your lats have to be directly under the table, pulling down with your lats. Okay, this is a Smith machine. This machine can train basically any body parts you have. It has the catches on the side, which means you can do it by yourself. You really don't need a spotter on this unless it's your first time. And please, by all means, get a spotter. Right now, we're going to show a chest press with the incline bench. You can use a decline bench, which is over here. See that, Jordan? You can do an incline bench or even a flat bench, depending on what part of your chest you're going to train. This is set up to train Hector's upper chest. So the bar is going to touch on his upper chest. So on 3, Hector, 1, 2, and 3, we're going to lower it slowly as Hector breathes in. He's going to breathe out as he lifts the weight. The bar is touching his upper chest, which is the muscle group we are trying to touch. There's 3 parts of the chest. There's the upper, middle, and lower. This is only hitting the upper chest and also putting a little bit of strain on the front delts. Back and 3. Now Hector's going to do a shoulder press on the Smith machine. By merely raising the back seat of the bench, he can now focus on his shoulders. On 3, Hector. 1, 2, and 3. And Hector's going to breathe in as he lowers the weight, down to his chin, back to the top as he breathes out. Now, as I said before, you can use this and you don't really need a spotter. So I'm going to walk away from Hector and he racks the weight by himself. This is a very safe machine. You can do many exercises on it. The next step. And Jordan's going to focus more on her glutes. So she's going to have her feet a little bit further out to where she's pushing through her heels as she lifts the weight. And you'll notice as she lifts the weight, her head is always looking up because we're looking where we're going. Now on 3, I will unrack the machine. 1, 2, and 3. Got it, Jordan? Jordan's going to take a deep breath as she goes down. And she is going to flow through the exercise to the top. The deeper you go, the more it's going to target the glutes. Give me one more, Jordan. And rest. Now, by moving her feet nearly back 2 or 3 inches, it will also hit more on the quads because the weight will be transferred from only her heel to the whole entire bottom of her foot. Anytime you put weight on the ball of the foot, your quads are going to be involved as well, which is what we're going to show now. On 3, 1, 2, and 3. Taking a deep breath as she goes down and pushing through the top. and rest. Now Hector's going to show us how to do side, front, and rear laterals. This is a shoulder exercise. By doing the Smith machine shoulder presses, that's a compound exercise. Compound exercise means it hits all the muscles of the muscle group. Now Hector is going to do side laterals, which are going to focus mainly on the middle delt, middle shoulder. He's going to have a slight bend to his elbow. The weight's lifted with a straight elbow. It puts too much strain on the tendons, so we're going to keep a slight bend. We're going to make sure we're standing up straight. Our chest is up. And on 3, Hector, 1, 2, and 3. Hector's keeping all the weight on his heels. He's breathing in as he lowers the weight, and he's breathing out as he raises the weight. If you're doing more than 10 or 12 reps, you need to go up in weight. If you're trying to grow muscle, if you're trying to tone, 10 or 12 would be the perfect amount. Now Hector's going to show us how to do a front delt. Using the dumbbells again, all the weights on his feet, standing up straight, taking a deep breath before he lifts, and go there. We can still have a slight bend to our elbow. And that's focusing on the front delt. Now another way you can do front delt, dumbbell down, please Hector, and grab a plate, 25-pound plate. He steps back. Now he's going to be holding the plate, so his hands are fixed, so he can't really move where the dumbbell goes. So it's mainly going to hit the entire front delt. Weights in his heels, chest is up, taking a deep breath and lift. Trying to bring the plate up where you can see through the hole in the center of the plate. Okay, now we've done the compound exercise on shoulders. We've done a side lateral and a front lateral. Hector's going to show us how to do a rear lateral, which is the rear over shoulders. Hector, get on the edge of the bench, feet out in front of you. He's going to touch the dumbbells up underneath his legs with a slight bend to his elbow. He's going to be looking up at the mirror. He's going to take a deep breath and lift. A little bit more extension on the elbows, just like that. Bring the dumbbells out a little bit more to your side, Hector. And rest. It's not important to bring the weight all the way to the top. It's important to bring the weight as far as the muscle will allow you to lift the weight. Okay, this is the cable machine. Again, as a Smith, you can do many exercises with this machine. Another way to do shoulders, which will work completely on your rotator cuff, is hold the cable to where there's tension between you and the pulley. You don't want to start here. You will just simply extend your hand out as far as you can. And that is, again, working on the delts. This machine can also be used for bicep curls. You pull it to the top. We can do tricep extensions. And again, you always got to keep an eye on your form. Your elbow should never move. A lot of people in the gym will do this, doing nothing. You can also do kickbacks on these triceps. So if you're ever in here and someone's got all the dumbbells and these are the exercises you want to do, try to be creative, ask me, and I'll tell you. Chest press machine, depending on your height, will depend on how high or low the pad goes. Hector's going to do a chest press using a hammer grip, which is going to focus mainly on the interior part of his chest due to the grip alone. If he changes the grip, he will be focused more on the middle part of his chest. Of course, this is a little bit too low. Anytime you're using a bar on a machine, you want to make sure the bar is coming across the part of the chest that you want to train. This is not an incline press, so we would not want to try to train the upper chest on this machine. Okay, Hector, take a deep breath, head against the pad, and on 3, 1, 2, and 3. And you're not supposed to let the plates hit like Hector just did. And also, it's not really good to lock out the elbows as Hector is doing. We're showing you these things so you don't do them. If you keep a slight bend to the elbow, be Keeps more strain on the chest, which means you can do 6 reps as opposed to doing 25. And as Hector does the weight, he's breathing in as he lowers the weight, and breathing out as he pushes the weight. And rest. And thank you for spending this time with me, Hector Pena, and our camera woman, Jordan McCain.